Hey, Dan, you remember me?
Too.
That's awesome. Yeah, yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. So he's a little like, your face. There. The little switch on there when you're ready to put it on. When it's on, you'll be live streaming. Awesome. And, yes. Yeah. Really wanted. Okay. Yeah. No problem.
Hi, good morning. I'm just getting ready to, 9:30, right?
9:30, okay, good. Well, how many of you guys have a gold badge on maybe? Hold on, let me come back up here to see how many gold badges. Okay, gold, gold, gold badges, I got two, so. And thank you. And thank you to all of you guys for being here. And by the way, Coach Katie still watching us. This is awesome. Seriously, she has a really, really strong vulnerability. So take all the things that are awesome. Thank you, Coach Katie.
Thanks, Michael. Hoping they can explore. Okay, so hi everyone, I'm Coach Katie Heller. I'm out of Eugene, Springfield, Oregon market. Fifth or sixth place. Drive over the bridge. So, VIP program, what does that look like? Who is your sphere? Right, we're talking about going after people that you know, you trust, like is important. Family and friends, referral partners, healthcare providers. You know, I added referral partners one here because a lot of times people forget that aspect of it, like making sure your marketing pieces go out to them, regular conversations, include them in your events and like other things, doing hairstylist, insurance, salesperson, plumber, contractor, like who else would fit under referral? Besides the obvious, right? Lender. Yeah, networking group is really great. I'm part of a networking group. I've been in one for 10 years and I get a ton of business from that. And the best thing about networking groups is actually really getting to know the people in the group and building relationships. Not only can you refer them, but then they refer you. Having that resource help your clients also becomes your trusted resource for your clients. Have people who are moving in and out of the state, or you know, they come to you for a and know it's not really state, but you know they can. And the difference. Yeah. Yeah. So like landscapers, painters, movers, all that sort of stuff. Yeah. Add those to your database. So your marketing on a regular basis. Your healthcare providers, like I'm at the doctor's office, I'm talking to my doctor about real estate. Sounds weird, right? But it's they're humans, they're people, like assuming they're humans, but you know, making sure that they're in the know. And then obviously your friends and your family.
Very good.
What am I doing?
Very good.
Ah, there we go. Oh, also coaches and teachers, like coming here as parents, right? We've got teachers, coaches, PTA, sidelines of a football game. Okay. What are you going to do to make an impact with the students? Really what we're going to talk about today. Are you calling them? Are you sending them handwritten notes? Are you doing Popeye gifts? Who knows what Popeyes are? Right? What's it supposed to be? The Popeye gifts are just a little treat, something easy to hand off to them, inexpensive, or to be expensive. So, the easier the better for me. Like I like the easier. We do lots of Popeyes, and I'll dive into that. We do them almost monthly, but it's kind of one of those things that like impacts and gives an influence on reminding people what to do. We always look for opportunities to send love to our clients. So birthdays, wedding anniversaries, house anniversaries. They have pets. There's a lot of pets. They're just birthdays, right? Holidays and referrals when we go back. These are all opportunities to touch clients. We do a birthday list. I use the program called sendoutcards.com. There's lots of other programs out there, but what I really like about sendoutcards.com is I can actually do lunch at a time. So I just give the list to my admin, and then they go through and they know like, okay, if the birthday is August this, and I'm gonna make sure that the card around the cookies or whatever we're sending with that card is going out by the first. And then she can just do money. Doesn't get forgotten. Same with wedding anniversaries, house anniversaries, all of that. We do months at a time. Sometimes if it's the house anniversary. Yeah. Okay. So sending out items of value. So we talked about automated systems, right? So we can send out card things, that's pretty automated. You do it once it's done, you have to forget about it. I mean, like you can do it and then forget about it. Keeping current matters top of mind, outbound and in touch. These are programs that you can purchase that will help you stay in contact with your clients. So keeping current matters, this is like a newsletter that goes out, same with top of mind, outbound and in touch. These are just systems that you can use to help you put it on auto and then you don't have to worry about it. E-newsletters. We send out semi-monthly and monthly stuff. So we use a newsletter that goes out actually twice a week. And we use a program called, I don't know if it's on here, but we use a program called homeactions.net. And what's really great about this newsletter, I don't have to create any of the content, but it's all cutting edge, current trends sort of stuff. Send out an email to my database. And it has links in there that'll be like, hey, if you want to get a home event, or here's a link to what the current color of the year is. Like every 2 weeks, it always happens. And it's branded, it looks like us, it's like we're putting it together. And if someone clicks on an article, if they click on the home evaluation thing, I get a notification like, hey, you engaged with this person and they want more information. I probably don't have it on the slide, and maybe it's further down, but it's homeactions.net. And I pay, I think, like $78 a month for it. So worth it. Okay, so semi-monthly basis, we have pop buys. And I mentioned the cheesier the better. So we do those on an almost monthly basis. Depends on what we have going on. We do quarterly events too, right? So if it's bumping up against a quarterly event, sometimes we'll skip that month because we're already hitting our clients a whole bunch. Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good question. So I have a large team. I have a team of 14 agents. And so typically I want them to focus on the people that are their love clients, like the people that they know are going to refer them, and then also their current clients. Anyone that they're working with currently, and anyone that they just closed on in the last 30 days. That way they're sort of in the rotation for several months, getting more. So let me just kind of repeat that. So the question is, how often do we do those? Or how many? Sorry, how many do you do? So it's anywhere from 10 per agent to 25. This month we're getting ready to do, it's Halloween, and in the past for Halloween we've done these little like glove hands, and we fill them with candy, and it's got one of those little plastic spider rings when we give those out, and those were really super tedious, as you can imagine, right? Stuffing those with candy. But this year we decided to do something different, and so we're doing a apple cider kit. They get a thing of apple cider with like a mold spice sort of thing. So all of our clients will get that. Not all of our clients, our Popeyes will get those. And it, of course, have some cheesy line like, you bring in the spice. Yeah, exactly. The spice of our business. Okay, so I'm going to talk just a tiny bit about client appreciation. I know there's been some other classes here this week that have touched on those. This is really, it's kind of one of the things that you should be doing if you're not doing already. So just some suggestions, Easter egg hunt, pie giveaway, photos of Santa, Christmas tree giveaway. I do a Christmas wreath giveaway around the holidays because it's more inclusive for all religions versus Christmas trees, obviously. other stuff that you can do, you can do movies, you could, a movie in the park, movie at a theater, like this endless on the things that you could be doing and inviting the clients to. This year, we try to change it up a little bit. We always have a wreath thing at the end of the year, and we do a pie event in March around Pie Day. But the other two are kind of, we rotate through them. This year we did a trail adventure, so we created kind of like a scavenger hunt on a trail. In Oregon, we have lots of outdoor activities and lots of stuff going on, lots of trails just in our community. So we did something fun with that. And then we did a baseball game. We have a small, what are those minor league teams in our community. Those are always fun. It's like $5 per person, super cheap. And we had a pretty good turnout with it. So this is like, holiday stuff, seasonal. Here's some other suggestions: shredding event, summer at a pool. We've done that. Tons of people are doing the fall harvest stuff, where they'll take people out to like a pumpkin patch. Sporting events or tailgaters. Another way to celebrate with your clients is a happy hour event. This is one of the things I did to build my personal business, was I invited people to a happy hour. I would do them every month, and I would invite the current clients I was working with and anyone I had closed within the last 60 days for me. So that way they were invited to, depending on how long I was working with them, they were invited to, 3 to 6 of those happy hours. And I would also invite not only my current clients, but I would invite my referral partners. So this is my contact, my plumber, my electrician, my insurance person, my lender. It was really beneficial for the referral partners to come, because now they're being introduced to some new clients. And then my clients like being able to meet a contractor and a plumber, an electrician, and now they're having personal conversations. It's not just, all business. It's like, hey, you got kids, how's your life? That sort of stuff. They feel they have this connection, and they can call on this professional to help them with something, right? So it's a win-win for my referral partners and my clients. And then also at the same time, because I brought these people in, I'm now again seen as a resource for my clients, and they're going to come back to me and use me for, hey, who else do you know? So yeah, that was once a month. Yeah. Oh.
What do you provide?
Yeah, so we just do 2 drinks, and then I order appetizers. And usually, if you're doing it during that happy hour time, and you get deals. Right? And most people do 1 drink and then they're out. It's between like 4 to 6. They got to get home, the kids, or dinner, or like whatever's going on. So, great question. Thank you. And that, the price on that range from $50 to maybe $125, depending on how many folks showed up. I am socially awkward. Be surprised. And so this is actually good, because it wasn't like 100 people at this big party. It was 5 to maybe 15 people coming. And so that it was a lot easier for me to have really nice conversations with the folks that were there, which is important, right? Okay. Here's some more general ideas for client events: picnic, ice cream socials, pizza night, community stuff, right? So getting into your community, doing fundraisers, parades, local celebrations. My community has like a huge celebration for the year every year. Includes lots of stuff. It's really good. Just to back up to the happy hour stuff, just to be clear, I didn't drink during any, because I want to keep my legs about me. So that's my recommendation. Michael says don't get sloppy, and that's so cool. Yeah. Yes, actually, yeah. So the question was, if any of my vendors help pay for that? Yeah, my lender. He would always be like, because he would come and he'd have an opportunity to meet people who haven't met before. I think that's it for client appreciation events. I mean, like, this is just some ideas that like you guys can think of more. Like the trail adventure thing that we thought of, that was a whole new, what is that going to look like kind of thing. Scavenger hunt on a trail. Who does that? But I really loved it. Everybody who participated, they're like, yeah, we were getting out of the house, we're going for a walk, we're doing fun things, we got to win lots of prizes. That one we actually got lots of sponsors for, because we provided a lot. We had a backpack, we had a water bottle, we had prizes, there was a lot involved in that. And that one did cost us it cost us about $1,500 to run it. But I got several sponsors, so it was where it's in the wash. And we got t-shirts for the team, and the t-shirts had the sponsors on the back. So that was helpful. And then of course, how often should we do it? 4 times a year. Okay, so like this is a big thing that people forget about. Like they have buyers, they've now sold their house, you now help them purchase a house, and then maybe you forget about them. Like when I first started real estate, I was guilty of forgetting about them. First 5 years, I don't have any of those people's contact information or whatever. That's not good. The thing is, reality is that those buyers eventually are, are going to sell it again. So these are NAR stats. 39% of sellers who use a real estate agent found their agents through referral by friends or family. And then 24% use the agent they previously worked with to buy or sell. Kind of know why that is. Because we stop at follow-up, putting systems in place to make sure that we're connecting with those previous buyers, now eventually will be sellers. Okay, so you stay in front of them for those opportunities. When you run across a buyer, like a new buyer that you're working with, you get to know this is NAR stat. 40% of them are also buyers. Okay, so servicing the buyers, obviously you're going to meet them, you're going to show properties, you're going to write offers, negotiations, you do your final walk. Right? Oh, and you're going to close them. Okay. So these are all the steps, right? But what are you missing when you're working with buyers? Buyer consultation. How many of you guys get your exclusive buyers agreement signed? Asking for referrals during the process. When buyers are buying properties, they're talking to their friends and family, we're looking for real estate. That's a prime example for them to talk to their friends about. I've got the most amazing agent. If you guys are going to look and buy too, you got to connect with her. Okay. Including them getting a pop like it, right? That's part of what the Popeyes that we do. We make sure we include our current clients that we're working with. And then, oh my gosh, adding them to your mailers and email newsletter. Sometimes we wait until they close with us to do that. No, and then of course, writing handwritten notes, thinking for the opportunity. Just start on your VIP program right from the very beginning. Let me go back to show you. Inspire consultation. That's a hard one to get done. Like we're always like scared to ask for that commitment and getting it in writing for some reason. I don't know why it's scary. Like I get like, all of a sudden, what's this? Maybe they don't like me. Maybe they don't want to work with me. I'd rather know them than down the road. So it's not part of the slideshow, and I have to apologize for that. But we have, it's a separate VIP program for when a buyer or seller is in contract and when they're through the process of buying. And that's that we offer them our seller program from the seller MP. They get a free home warranty with their purchase, and they get their choice of either 4 hours of handyman work, yard work, or house cleaning. That can be used during the purchase in the process. Maybe there's something that needs to be repaired that the seller is not willing to do, or it will happen after close. We have some rules behind, like, you have to be scheduled within so much time. If they wait like 6 months after it closes, they're like, hey, we want a house cleaning now. Yeah, no. But we use this program as our incentive and our way to get buyers to commit to working with us. Because there aren't other agents or teams in my community that offer anything like that. Does anybody have anything like that currently? Handyman, house cleaning, yard work. Yeah, so that was the question. What were those three things? Yeah. Nice. Yeah, nice. Yeah, that's great. So she's commenting on having a house party after it closes for her higher end. Ah. Additional, yeah, okay, so the question is, in that agreement, am I just defaulting back to what's in the listing, what the co-op pay is, or am I getting a guaranteed pay? So we ask for 3%. So that's what's in that contract. And then depending on the situation, my agents and myself, we can determine whether we're gonna push that additional funds or not. It's really great to use, especially when you're going up for sale by owning, but going up against the for sale by owner, or maybe someone who's paying a 1.5 or a 2%. Because then at that point, it's like, oh, that's too far for what we're worth. Yeah. Yeah, so that's a really good. So the question is this my unique selling proposition that I put out to the public, or is it only in private that we offer this? It is actually my unique selling proposition. It's what we market. It's our hook when we're talking to great local business. That's like, yeah, in my state, I have to, if I offer it, I have to offer it to everyone. But here's the thing. One, not everyone uses this product for this incentive because they don't feel they need it. It doesn't warrant it for the deal. So I'm not always out. So it kind of balances a little bit. And the most, and in my verbiage, I have a cap at $200 for this service, right? So the most I'm going to pay towards it is $200. So if it actually is $400, then that client is liable for the difference. Also, when we're working with buyers, we ask the seller in the beginning in our initial offers to pay for that home warranty instead of us. And sometimes they don't. Sometimes they do. In the last few years, it's been challenging because multiple offers and we want to be competitive. And we'll just say right in the beginning, if we know that there's 10 offers, we'll pay for it for a deal. But now, yeah, no, we're getting that. And most of the time we get it. We get to sell it to the price. And those are $350, $400 depending on the one that's covered. But the thing is, home warranties have saved my bacon so many times because they become a negotiating thing, something to negotiate. When you have a seller and you have a home warranty in place, then that's easy to be like, no, we're not going to put that water heater because we have a home warranty. You have a home warranty coming with your person. So if it breaks the first year, you're covered. For the deal. So like it works both ways, and it's a good thing to have. Okay, so moving on. So what are you missing when you're working with buyers? Asking for a review when the sale closes. We've been talking a lot about Google stuff, right? This prime time. And actually asking before it closes, like the week of close, that's your prime time for throwing that out there because everybody's super excited and happy about getting that house, right? Because once they close, they're moving and they're busy. It's better to do it a day or two before close, leading up to that. Social media posts with them when it closes. Everybody loves that. They all want to celebrate. They want to share with their family and their friends. And then becoming friends with them on Facebook and Instagram. It could be weird. Sometimes they're like, oh, I have no idea that. Hey, really? Gifting a home book. What is a home book? Okay. I'm in an escrow state, so Thailand escrow always wants to give us stuff. Lots of like stuff, just see that as their value. You can get a book. I can get a book from them that has detailed information about that specific property. And then they also have like 20 to 30 pages of community stuff about our city. Different clubs and different restaurants and different community stuff in this packet. And then they give it to us in a 3-ring binder. And then all printed in color. Here you go. So we take that and we put out some of their stuff and we insert a whole bunch of our stuff. In that book, it has, so what we add, of course, is all of our branding. And it has a pocket for receipts. We add a, maintenance checklist, things that you should do in January, February, March, through the year. A little bit of information that we have for their property. And of course, in the very first page of the letter, say, thank you so much for using our team. We're here for you. Please let us know if you need anything, sort of letter. We send that, that's the gift of the first week of closing. We just moved postcard. This might be something that you could print out or partner with someone, depending on who you've got, like a lender. Sometimes you can service they like to offer. And it's 10 blank cards with their new house on the card where we just moved. Then you give them a blank ones and they get to send those out to their family and friends. And now their family and friends have to do that. And it's branded with you in their home. Just send postcards to neighbors. Who's doing that? That's a simple thing. There's lots of programs out there where you can go. Prospect Plus is one. Their printing is another. I'm sure that there are plenty out there where you just go to the website, you order you customize the postcard, you put in the address, and you say how many you want, 100 around this address, and then boom, it sends it out. Fair printing, EEAR printing. Like. I do that actually for buyers and sellers, but we're right now we're just talking about buyers. Yeah. So when they post on their house, so we send to the neighbors, hey, we just talked with buyers. Purchase this home. Okay, so servicing sellers. So obviously we have paperwork, we get a home and photos, listing goes live, we put the offers, they're so awesome, and we get the multiple offers. Sections, repair negotiations, and final walkthrough. There's a lot of conversations with your seller. And maybe in between this, there's a lot of conversation, right? So just put on the market. I see that thing. Oh, you get to close it. Okay. Easy handoff. So what are you missing when you're working with sellers? So obviously connecting with sellers on a weekly schedule for updates and showing feedback, having a plan and a consistent system in place to follow up with them. This is like #1 customer service sort of deal. Can't leave your sellers hanging. Typically when those expired agents are calling stuff, what's the #1 thing? I never heard from my agent. So don't be that agent. Asking for referrals to the house. Their friends or family now know that they're selling their house. So they're going to be talking to lots of people. Inviting them to your client events, they're a current client. Including them in any pop-by gifts. And then of course, adding them to your mailers and your email them. Just to step back really quick, we also do a monthly postcard. I mentioned it, but we do a monthly postcard for all year. We use Boomerang, and Boomerang sends out a postcard that offers them something. So like a free car wash or a half off a restaurant. They do the work. They connect with the local businesses and they put it together. And all we do is just send it out. Clients love it because it's like free ice cream cone, or, car wash or something. You know what? We do. I leave that to my admin, and so I don't know the numbers on that. But yes, we do get that. What market am I in? Is that what I'm in? Eugene, Oregon. Yeah. That's for everyone. Yeah, it's like 1,200 people. Yeah. Correct. Yeah, it actually doesn't cost us anything. It just costs us the postcard. So the companies that want business, like they know that like, hey, if I get someone in my door and they try our product or they try our service, then they're going to most likely come back. So they sign up voluntarily for it. Yeah. No. No, it's all automated. You don't pick who you're partnering with. It's just that company Boomerang partners with people and you're on a monthly campaign. Yeah. No, I don't have to select who we're doing. Yeah, which is nice. This is all automation, right? Sometimes we overthink our business. Correct. Yeah, brand it for us. Like really, like we're realtors. Do we make money when we're sitting down and we're trying to figure out a campaign for something? No, we absolutely don't make money at that. We make money by talking to buyers and sellers and putting them under contract and closing. So I don't want to waste a lot of time. I just want automation. I want things to happen. It's also not perfect, but here's the thing, it's better than nothing. At the same time, perfect is the enemy of the good enough. Right? By doing nothing, it's getting more work. By doing that, at least it's gripping on them and they're seeing it, and most of them are like. Say that again. I don't know if you can. I would imagine you could. Yeah. Okay, so what are you missing when you're working with sellers? Or asking for a review when it closes. Again, you want to do that a couple days before it closes, and they're happy. And they're not having to scramble to leave. Circle prospecting, the listing for more leads. Is that what circle prospecting is? Picking up the phone and calling the neighbors, saying, "Hey, Mr. Joe, I listed the house a couple doors down from you the other day, and we're looking for people that want to move to your neighborhood. Who do you know that wants to be there?" The more specific questions you ask when you're doing circle prospecting, the better answers you're going to get. I'm not an expert at it. I only do it every once in a while, but this is a way to generate listing leads or buyer leads and help sell that property. Social media posts when it closes, and when it goes live. Become friends with them on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. Oh, I'm on TikTok. Just sold postcards, right? We also do just listed postcards, but the just sold postcards are also helpful. And then using that same mailing list of neighbors to send your USP to, which is your unique selling proposition. So those just sold postcards, you want to make sure that it has your hook, the call to action. Why should somebody use you over the other 2,000 or 20,000 agents that are in your market? Right? It's going to be on all the postcards. Yeah. Ask us about our Stellar program, where you get free home warranty and other services, something like that. That was what you're going to ask. Okay. Yeah. And then, of course, the follow-up after close. So here's some guidance on like, ooh, when do I call them? So buyers, 1 week after close. This is so scary, right? Do I want to know how it's going? 1 month after close, because 1 week, oh, things aren't going so. Probably they're going to discover something, right? 1 month after close, 3 months after close, 6 months. The 6 months, we actually send a card as cookies. This is their 6-month anniversary. We only do this on the first year. The 6 months would go by in a flash. And like, oh my God. Yeah. And of course, 1 year and every year after. We send a card and cookies. Yeah, card. 2 dozen little mini cookies. No, that's the anniversary. That's our system. Unless we know they don't like those sort of things. There's lots of options to send out cards. And this is the program I use. You guys can take a look at it, or you can find your own system. Whatever you can do to automate this stuff, that's what you want to do. Okay. Yep. 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 Yeah. Yep. 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 So send a note gift cards. I mentioned the 6-month anniversary, the 1-year anniversary, and then every year after. And then we also do birthdays. If we know their like partner wedding anniversary sort of deal, we'll do that. We know their kids' birthdays. If we know their dog's birthdays or their cats or like whatever it is, like whenever we can glean any information, we want to love them. I don't pay attention to a lot of this stuff. I just get the birthdays to my admin and they handle it, and then my phone will be going off, so I'm like, oh. Thanks for setting these up. Look at that. Okay, have you guys heard the term orphan buyers? What is an orphan buyer? So an orphan buyer is the buyer who purchases your listing. You didn't represent them. You don't know them. So they're just sort of out there. And they call them orphan because, like, let's be honest, buyer's agents kind of suck at following up with your clients. Like I just went over, when's a call? Are you guys doing that? Yeah. I bet there's a lot of other agents out there who are also not doing it. So they may be still on a roll. Orphan. Okay, so I mentioned the home book. We also create a home book to send to the buyers of our listing. But they get it instead of the first week, they get it the first, like the month later. It's not hand delivered, it's delivered, it's like a packet they give me. So we mail it out. It's the same packet. And if there is ever an opportunity during the transaction to get their email address, because sometimes we see those, right? They get copied on something or it's in the paperwork or whatever. We'll put this in our system. We don't put them on a drip campaign until after a month. We have a delay on that. It's a little awkward. In my, how long have I been doing this orphan buyer? About 10 years. I've had 2 agents call. Say, why are you marketing to my client? Well, technically, they're no longer your client. If the house is sold, it's by ethical standards, right? I get it, and I would like respectfully, okay, no problem. You must have systems in place. You must be doing a good enough job to connect with them and have a good enough relationship for them to tell you that I reach out. That's not very many, 2 out of hundreds. Yeah, I mean, like I'm in a market of 2,000 agents. I don't want to be that agent. So add them to your VA program where you can. So if you got their email address, add them to your newsletter. You've got their address, so we add them to our postcards. So when we have client events, they also get invited to that. And then of course, during the transaction, look for phone numbers, look for emails to add them. But don't act on that right away, like I said. Oh my gosh, I just looked for all of them. All right, how are we doing on time, Andy? Are we like totally? How many? 8. Okay. You guys have any questions? Well, we're kind of answering as you go. Yeah. No, I've used the one you pay for fact. Thank you. Yeah. That's what we use to get the database of phone numbers. Cold directory. Cold, yes, cold, yeah, cold. No, it's actually core. That's the one I was thinking of. Yeah. Cold, C-O-L-E, C-O-L. Yes, there we go. It's been a while since I've done that personally, so like I don't even dive into that. But that's definitely a good way to get phone numbers for neighbors. Yeah. Yes.
I think there are a lot of these stuff about that you have or coordinator or somebody like
Yes, so his question is do I have an event coordinator or an admin? Yeah, I have a my main admin helps with all of this stuff. That's part of her responsibilities and jobs is to coordinate that, Popeyes, and making sure when we have new clients that they're in the system and we have closed deals that she's the one that puts it into the right automation. That makes sense. Yeah. Yes, the question is do my agents do the individual putting the Popeyes together or is my admin? It is all my admin doing it because I want it to be the same message being shared to our clients. And at the same time, I want my agents to be focusing on income producing activities. putting Popeyes together, again, it doesn't make you, it helps you. Right? It helps you build relationships and love on your clients so that you can get the referral. But in the day-to-day things, like it doesn't make you anything. So, yeah. I do. I have 4 VAs, 3 of them are ISAs, and one of them is social media. So the social media person helps with like the postings of like, this house is sold, this house, like pending. They help me love on my agents and my clients. Because I have agents and I'm a team leader, I feel like I have 3 clients. I have buyers, I have sellers, and I have agents. So part of my loving on everyone is being able to do all 3. So that's a good question. Any other questions? Okay, well, hopefully you guys got some takeaways and some things to be like, oh, I'm gonna go implement some of this stuff.
We have one question,
Oh, yeah,
and they're asking, what service do you use for newsletter?
it's the homeactions.net. That's what I use. Like I said, I think it's like $78 a month. Pretty inexpensive for the product, I guess. All right. Thanks, everyone.